What's up guys, Odra here. So, since the last episode, I have done a few different things here. Number one, I got rid of the the lights under the ice here. I guess I couldn't really find a combination I liked, so I just said screw it, I'll just leave them lightless. But the concept still stands. I'll probably be doing other statuettes and things like that with the ice and various colored lights and stuff like that. So there's plenty of opportunities to do that throughout the city, so we'll definitely be taking advantage of that. Other than that, I've taken the liberty to go ahead and kind of better illuminate the rest of the building, because when I was editing the last couple of videos, I was like, damn, it's still pretty dark in here and stuff like that, kind of hard to see. So I went ahead and did that. I outlined the roof here, as you can see. We did a nice, and I'll show you guys what's up on the other floor. I'm kind of trying to avoid that right now because I had a pretty cool idea for that, and I want to kind of surprise you guys with it. So I outlined the basically the floor of the top of the second floor there. So the way I did it was obviously into little aisles, as you see here, with two walkways. So that has the nice effect of setting up aisles on the top floor, but also kind of setting up the roof on the bottom floor here. So that looks pretty cool. And I added like the little motherboard circuits here, just to add like tiny, I guess just like little ceiling fixtures or whatever, tiny chandeliers, something like that, just to kind of break up the roof. So I really like the way that looks out. And obviously we got the Parsine crystals evenly spaced around here, so that lights up the area nice and good. Over here, I just added more crystals, lined up the lights and stuff like that, so I don't think there's anything new to show you guys here. I did add one tiny little thing outside the building, like the corner areas here. I kind of made these little fancy accents, I guess. I don't really know the proper word for what I'm trying to describe here. I'm gonna wedge that now that I'm looking at it. But yeah, these kind of little tiny thingies here on the corners and the edges and stuff like that, I thought that looked kind of cool. Kind of gives it a more robust feeling, or more interesting architecture. So alright, so other than that, I've been working on filling up the rest of the interior and stuff like that. So I was kind of having the other episode, I was talking about how I don't want to show you guys yet. Basically, I was going to use the shelves from like the other part of the city. Like I zoomed all the way out across the city to like these shelves over in that direction, and I figured I was going to use those over here. So I'm going to do that. However, I figured out a great thing here. This is also going to be a furniture shop. So what I'm doing up here is filling up. I'm going to fill up all these aisles here with a variety of different colored and shaped chairs and tables. So I've only got a few so far, but I really like this idea. I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this. But yeah, the idea is to fill up this kind of area, is kind of like a furniture shop. So it's got various levels, you know. So I guess this upper area here can be all furniture, and then maybe we can put these shelves like in one of the other sections here. The third floor, I haven't touched it yet, so we'll definitely be getting to this. And then finally the roof. I'm gonna make another nice rooftop park, like the rest of these other buildings that have their roofs finished. So we're gonna be trying to emulate that feel. But yeah, so if anything, let's go ahead and continue with these this furniture, because basically what the cool thing about this is, like a few episodes ago, I gave you guys a tour of one of the apartment buildings in the city, and I was thinking I gotta really come up with various different furniture designs and stuff like that. So I figured this building could be perfect for like templates and stuff like that, because I haven't really finished a lot of the apartments. I got a lot of apartments to do still. So this area could be perfect to basically come up with various furniture types that I can just come here and then copy paste, maybe change up the colors and stuff like that. So I'm going to basically try and fill up this top floor with as many different tables and chairs as I possibly can. I want to make each one different, with the exception of maybe a couple of things here, like there's a table and a chair. This chair type is the same as this purple crystal color chair there. So I'm going to be trying to make some crystal furniture as well. That's going to look pretty cool. Don't want to overdo it, don't want everything to be crystal, but I do want a few specks throughout the displays here. So let's go ahead and do one right now. Actually, one of the ones I had an idea is I wanted to make a red table with a nice little flower on it. We're going to make it a red crystal. So as you can see, actually, between episodes, I also went out to a shop and just bought a little bit of all the different colors and stuff like that, so we can just have a good variety to play with. So let's see here. I believe we can slab this guy. We're going to go ahead and slab him, remove our dimensions. So let's try this. I wanted to make a table kind of like this. It's a fairly standard shaped table, but I think it will look nice and along with the rest of the displays here. So I'm going to fill out the rest of the corners here. This freaking mouse wheel. There we go. And there. So now we're gonna fill this in. We got two different options we can do here. We can try another wedge. Like, let's see how that works. That looks kinda, I guess that looks all right if we fill it all out with not wedges, slabs. Feels kind of angular. Let's try with good old wedges. Let's try this here. Because I always like to experiment with different designs and stuff like that. So yeah, I guess that's more standard. Yeah. So yeah, let's just go with wedges then for now. I suppose. I wonder if we should make the center block a full block as well or not. Let's see here. And almost there. And there we go. And we'll make this a full block. All right, so like once they fix these like weird transparency things, this will look a lot sleeker and cooler. It'll just be like a nice, nicely shaped crystal table. Did I make the bottom here properly or what? Yeah, it's just like the weird transparency things. So yeah, so this will be cool. Once it's they fix all these lighting things or the transparency things. So anyways, let's go ahead and put another little flower on it. Since this is supposed to be a fancy place, we're gonna put, you know what, let's try this. Let's try a purple block in the middle. How does that look? No. Actually, let's go ahead and undo that. That was not as cool looking as I thought. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and put a little planty here. Maybe much like use a glow trap since they are the fanciest. Look at that, looking good. Alrighty, so let's try now some other kind of table. Let's see here, we got purple hull. I don't believe we made a purple table here yet. And we're gonna try, let's see here, this one is set up like that. So let's try actually, I never really used that many corners. I gotta try and use corners more often. So let's see here, no wait, is that a corner? Yeah, it's a corner. So, no, that's a tetra. There's the corner. I was gonna say that's not the right shape. All right, so let's try and draw a table out here. We'll make it 3 by 4 since that'll fit in this nice little area we got here. Am I using the wrong thing again? No, I just gotta rotate it properly. I tell you, this rotating block sometimes can be a pain. And this one is not. Wait, this isn't crystal. This is blue hull, right? Alrighty, you know what? I'll go ahead and just do the table, and I will edit it up. So the table should magically appear right now. Ta-da! So now we got the table done, and I like it. It's so we got the 4 corners here, and we used slabs. So like say when you're coming up into the room, you can see like the floor and stuff like that. So that's cool. I like the way that's looking. The only kind of awkward thing is like the edges here of the slab and the corner. Like there, it does look a little weird, but I guess we'll ignore that. I mean, there's only so much we can do, right? But yeah, I like the fact that you can like see under the table and stuff like that. So I'm trying, as you can see, I'm actually trying to start using slabs more often and stuff like that. Because again, I really have not used them at all that much lately. So we got another little table. We put a little stone on the table and a nice little flower, and it looks pretty good. Another nice little addition to the collection here. Alrighty, so I'm gonna go ahead and continue doing this, and I will edit it up, and you guys should hopefully magically see a few more goodies appear right here, right now. And there we go. Alrighty, so now we got a few more tables, and as you'll see, I have actually copied and pasted the floor on the roof as well. So this has a nice effect of illuminating our next level here. So again, we'll get to this part eventually, but this had the nice effect of illuminating the display here. So now it looks really all nice and bright, like a proper store would, because stores are always, especially like furniture shops and stuff, they're always very well illuminated. So that's something we definitely want to have here, because I had all the lights like in the floors and stuff like that, but as I placed the tables on top of them, like even these guys, like even though it's a slab, it actually does block all the light, so it kind of killed off all the light on the floor. So the roof lights fixed that, and now we got all these guys. We got 4 more little additions here. So I actually like this one the most so far. It's a fairly simple table. It's just black wedges, purple crystal tetras. I forgot the word there for a second, and a glass block in the middle with a nice little flower on top. So these every now and then I'll do these little tables with like glass in the middle. I really like these because you can put like colored crystals down there, and depending on the color that you choose, the light will shine through the center of the table. So it's kind of cool. Obviously, since this is all white light, it doesn't really have like a dramatic effect the way other colored lights would. But yeah, if I go and copy paste this guy into another building or something like that, I can experiment with the colors, and it's cool. So let's see here. We got another. Needed to add some kind of standard type tables too. So I don't want everything to be, I want to have variety and stuff. So this is pretty standard table for me, with the exception of the slab. I've done several of these tables throughout the city. Maybe not exactly this color combination, but yeah, that particular design is fairly common. Here, this guy is kind of interesting. Every now and then I want like a table or something like that to have like, I guess, a display or something like that in the middle, like a holographic display. So it's maybe not so much a, I don't know, I guess when you're eating, you can view your information connected to the internet and all that kind of stuff. Like, I have a holographic display that kind of floats above the table there. So that's kind of the idea whenever I'll do a table like this. I haven't made too many of them yet, but I'll probably be doing more of them. So yeah, and that way you get a nice little interface and stuff like that while you eat, or or maybe you don't have to eat there. It can be like in the center of the living room or whatever, like that. Not necessarily the dining room, but like the living room. So when you're next to the TV or something like that, so that'll be cool. Anyways, so these kinds of chairs are kind of weird because I like them, but they also kind of look like operating tables, and that's not really the feel I was trying to go for. I was trying to go for more like the lazy boy feel, like a nice lazy boy chair. They kind of ended up looking like like operating tables and stuff. So yeah, I'll just leave them though. I mean, I like them. The idea is a lazy boy chair. So yeah. For an operating table, a proper operating table, which we'll be doing eventually once we get to the hospital over there, we'll definitely be doing operating tables and stuff like that there. But here, for now, this is all supposed to be civilian furniture and stuff. So, alrighty, guys, let's do a quick recap here. We got a few, the various tables. We got the purple crystal, pretty standard chair. Another kind of operating lazy boy type table here without any of the armrests. A nice little leather kind of tiny couch thing. It's like a smaller couch or whatever. And then just, you know, added a decorative table there and behind the couch because there was some space. This guy's kind of weird. This guy could be maybe I'm not so sure if like a lean back chair, or maybe it could even be, I guess, a workout chair or something like that. It does kind of have like a workout chair type feel. But the idea was more just another kind of chill chair, furniture chair. So we'll see if we leave that guy or not. Then we have, this is a pretty standard design here. Many people have done this one. A lot of people will use this design for their like their cockpit chair, like their pilot's chair or whatever. So this one has a pretty decent feel. It's got the nice armrest there and stuff like that, and it's got just the right amount of I guess fanciness and sleekness. Almost looks kind of commanding in a sense. Due to the angles and stuff like that. So that's a pretty standard design, but I wanted to have that in there somewhere. Then these guys are the ones that we made here. We had our red crystal table, which again will look better once all the transparency issues are solved. So let's cross our fingers for that. This guy here, which I really liked. Haven't used these stones too much, so that's another thing I gotta use more often. With the slabs and then the slabs under it, so we can see like the floor and stuff like that. So that's cool. And we got this guy. This guy's got a pretty big armrest there. The idea was again another like lazy boy type chair. So this one has the benefit of not so much looking like a what's it called, an operating table. This is basically like an extended design of this one, just with the armrest reverse and expanded. So this is great for like, it would be a great like TV chair, like a TV lazy boy chairs, because you got the nice surface here to like place all your food and drinks and stuff that you can just pig out while you watching TV and all that stuff. So that's a good one. And then yeah, I showed you guys these last ones here, but then we had this the orange table, again another fairly standard design, fairly standard chair there, and then the the operating table type thing that I had showed you guys. So alrighty guys, I guess that pretty much wraps it up for this episode. I'm going to be continuing this, and we'll finish off the other side, so we got plenty more furniture to do. Down here, I think we're going to be making as well more furniture, but I'm going to try, instead of, because here I'm using like crystal and regular hull. Here I'm going to try and make it more like motherboard circuits and stuff like that. Maybe even some charged ones, so we'll get some interesting colors down here. We'll see how that works. If the colored crystals, like the charged circuits, end up being a little too color blast down here, maybe we'll copy and paste that stuff up here on the third floor, so it doesn't kind of contaminate like the rest of the room with color. So like the main lobby here can be nice and like white lighting, and then maybe up here like the third floor can be, we have quite a bit more color and stuff like that. So here can be a little bit more psychedelic section for the when you want a little bit more fancier furniture. The top floor can be our really fancy stuff that like glows and all that goodness. So alrighty, last thing before we leave, let's get a look at how it looks through the window, because that's another thing I always like to do. Whenever I make a building, I always like to look at it from the outside and see how people will see it, like when they come up and look through the window. So that's looking pretty cool, especially like once we get the rest of the building finished up. I really like that, because yeah, people are going to be like, say people fly up to the city and stuff like that, and I want them to be able to see all the various things through all the little windows, because there's a lot of windows throughout the city and stuff like that. So that's looking pretty cool. And we got the cash register and stuff like that over there. So yeah, I really like that. In fact, actually, let's take a look at this guy in that manner. So yeah, like this is a guy we completed a few episodes ago now. So yeah, like when somebody flies up and they see through the windows, I really like that effect. Like apart from, you know, actually completing the structure and all that stuff like that, it has the nice effect that people can see all the stuff through the windows, and it looks pretty cool. So we get that effect through all the floors, and there's a nice little venties. I really like those guys. Such a dumb little feature, but it makes all the difference in the world. And yeah, I really, really like that. So, like, just imagine, you know, later on, let's see if we can get that effect through some of the other buildings here. Like, imagine later on when, like, the city is complete, which is probably gonna be a long, long time from now. But that's gonna be really cool. Like, we can just kind of fly around and look through all the buildings and see all the stuff. Let's see if we get some more here. I'm kind of spoiling everything, aren't I? But yeah. Anyways, I guess I will cut the episode here. I hope you guys are having fun. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. OdraNoel out.